Speedy with music enhancement. Yo, what's going on? It's someone that's no one here, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report is coming from Necro off Erowid. When this happened, 2004, the drug used was Sertraline, or aka Zoloft, at a dose of 250 milligrams. The route of administration was pills orally. Gender, male. Weight, 180 pounds. Prior experience includes Adderall and DXM. And the setting was at home, though the after effects do last up to 2 weeks where he does go about his normal life. So recently we did introduce Zoloft or Sertraline in a other report that included other substances, so naturally here we are to present Sertraline on its own, and it's a user who wanted to use it for recreational use, and we get to see some of the drawbacks of that. So I think you guys are going to find this one interesting, and without further ado, let's dive right into it. The other night I found a bottle of the SSRI Zoloft. I found info from various websites, what this chemical does to you, how much to take, etc. Normally I don't take Zoloft. At around 9:50, I took one 50 milligram pill of Zoloft. I downed the pill and went out with my mom to do random shit. Got lunch, returned some clothes, etc. I noticed around 45 minutes to an hour later, when we were in the car, I started getting much happier than I was the previous 2 days. This doesn't mean I was euphoric, it just means that I wasn't sad, angry, mad, or anything. I got home and I decided this was just the feel of it. At around 1 p.m., I downed 4 more pills, a total of 250 milligrams in all now. Within I'd say about an hour, I was very jittery, which I still am 6 hours later. I had a little difficulty focusing, but then I realized the fun. I closed my eyes and got some awesome closed eye visuals. I opened them and stared at the window with the sunlight coming in, and I closed them, and I suddenly saw a large bright colored, intertwining square, due to the window panes, I'm assuming. It is now 4:30, and I just began to eat something, but suddenly I became struck by a nausea that was very agitating. I went to the bathroom and threw up what I was eating. But now, here's the cool part. Even though I didn't like throwing up, I didn't hate it. It didn't make me mad or agitated. Nothing really. This feeling of emotionless is kinda cool, but very odd. I do feel happy, not euphoria like I said before, not even a well-being, but the previous 2 days have been extremely stressful with SATs, and an incident at a friend's house. With the Zoloft, it was gone. I don't feel that pressure or weight. It's very peculiar. Another thing is my body feel. I feel slightly different in terms of body weight, the way I feel when I'm just coming onto a DXM trip. My thoughts are basically the same, except very fast. I'm guessing that this is some sort of stimulant in one way or another, because my typing is about 2 to 3 times as fast, and I'm doing small things that I normally don't do, such as tap my finger against the desk or shake my foot. One last thing that I'm noticing is that music is affecting me a lot, without my knowing. I'll explain. About 2 minutes ago, I was playing Oat, Splitting an Atom, which the music, I feel, sounds like an end to something, like a conclusion. It's almost depressing. Well, without my knowing it, made me slightly unhappy, which I just picked up on. I changed the track to Infected Mushroom, Spiritual Trance, to see if I get slightly amped up, and if my idea of the music affecting me is correct. 9 minutes later, yes, I was right. It is very powerful. I feel almost immortally strong, I think. I'm getting slightly nauseous again, not sure why. My eyes are immensely dilated, but not bloodshot. Closed eye visuals are still present, and I'm getting tracers of bright lights. I feel unbelievably hyper. I read today that Zoloft stays with you for a few days, but I'll wait it out and see if it wears off. I don't plan on taking Zoloft again. I'm feeling slightly depressed. I'm trying to fend it off and get happy. I don't want to crash like fucking Adderall. I feel tired. I want to get to sleep, but I don't think it's gonna happen for a long time. I'm not sure why, but I think somehow I hit the peak just now, 7 hours later. My thoughts are different, but not amazing. I'm starting to feel lonely, but I don't want to be. Zoloft is very powerful and very potent, not something to be fucked around with. I don't particularly like it because I have that I'm gonna be like this for a while, feeling. Well, I'm gonna go. I hope my report was helpful, but I don't think I can ride anymore. I feel like I'm about to crash. Afterward, 2 weeks after trip, I had a strong pang of depression because I let bad thoughts get to me, but that was soon washed away after I finished riding. I'm not sure if it was after effects or the come down of the trip, but for the next few days, I still felt it in my system, fairly strong, but waning every day. Sometime last Friday, it was completely gone. I had way too much trouble sleeping. It's like a cross between low-grade acid and speed. I do and I don't recommend it. It kept me up for 2 days straight, and my eyes were dilated to full dilation for 4 days. Very weird body buzz, and easy to get depressed, but very impressive for the closed-eyed visuals, although no open ones. It's got its downsides, so it wasn't really my thing. Think I'll stick to DXM. Smiley face. So Zoloft, or Sertraline. It's appropriate that we're doing this introductory report on this because, well, you just heard from this report, the stuff can have a very strong impact on someone. So let's break down Sertraline a bit for those of you unaware. Now, Zoloft is prescribed for those depressed with OCD, PTSD, social anxiety, panic attacks, among other mental related problems. In theory, it's supposed to help people get their mind off unwanted thoughts and hopefully be happy. It directly increases the amount of serotonin in our brains, hence the term selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Now I say hopefully with great emphasis here. The other part, when you don't end up quote unquote normal, you may end up extremely suicidal, depressed, irritable, unable to sleep, all on varying scales depending on how much you take, how often, your mental state as well. But studies have shown, especially those under the age of 24, there is a chance for your mental state to basically get completely fucked even harder. Now that's just taking it prescribed. In this report from Necro, he tried to take it for recreational value, which I highly advise against. You have to be pretty wild to try and get high off antidepressants, I'd say. And the dosage he took as well, it's way beyond what a prescribed dose would normally be. Normally there's a max cap at 200 milligrams per day, while Necro took 250 milligrams, his first time, no tolerance, and it isn't surprising to see that he experienced a lot of adverse effects. An overdose of sertraline does lead to experiencing agitation, possible hallucinations, confusion, dizziness, seizures, even to mania. With the possibilities of all that, it isn't very surprising that he reported many closed-eye visuals and the increase of his sensitivity to music. Necro is probably lucky it didn't affect him in a worse way and that it went away after 2 weeks. At the end of the day, this isn't something to mess around with and needs serious precaution if someone is serious about trying to get the therapeutic or medical effects of sertraline. So we're going to leave it there. If you guys want to see more on Zoloft or sertraline or any SSRIs or any other antidepressants, hey, let me know below and we'll get to it. If you guys did like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow the socials. It's been someone that's known, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.